The transmission came at 0300 hours, Earth Standard Time. Ambassador Veyrak of the Keth Dominion stood on the holoscreen aboard the United Earth Command vessel USS Resolute, his 4 arms folded across his armored chest, his compound eyes reflecting the cold starlight of deep space. Behind him, chained to a wall of alien steel, was a single human man. Sergeant First Class Marcus Cole. 29 years old. From Amarillo, Texas. He had dirt on his face and blood on his lip. But he was standing straight. Still standing straight. "Hear us, Earth," Ambassador Veyrak said, his translator clicking between languages. "We hold one of your warriors. In exchange for his life, you will surrender the Kepler mining corridor, all 11 systems, and withdraw your colonists within 72 hours. Refuse, and the human dies. You are one species among thousands. One soldier is nothing. Be rational." The transmission cut. The bridge of the Resolute went completely silent. Admiral Dana Hartwell sat in her command chair and did not move for a long moment. She was 61 years old, silver-haired, with the kind of eyes that had watched too many funerals. She had known Marcus Cole since he was a fresh-faced corporal who once carried her coffee across a battlefield on Mars without spilling a single drop. She looked at the star map. 11 systems. 42 billion credits in resources. 3 million human colonists. Then she looked at Marcus Cole's face frozen on the paused transmission. Still standing. Still straight. "Get me Earth Command," she said quietly. "All channels." It took 6 hours for the Emergency Council of Earth to convene. Every nation, every colony, every orbital station had a voice. The Keth Dominion had expected arguing. Bargaining. Delay. They had studied human history. Humanity was fractured, divided, loud. They were right about the loud part. President James Whittaker of the United Earth Government slammed his hand on the podium and silenced the room. "I've heard the arguments," he said. "I've heard strategic retreat. I've heard one life versus millions. And I want every person in this room to understand something." He pulled up the image of Marcus Cole on the main screen. That man was doing his job. Protecting our people. And the moment, we tell the galaxy that Earth will trade systems for a single soldier's life, we don't lose 11 systems. He paused. We lose everything. Because every empire out there will learn that all they need is a hostage. The vote was called. It was not close. They called it Operation Bonfire. Within 48 hours, Earth launched the largest military mobilization since the Martian sovereignty wars. 73 warships. 400 fighter wings. 2 experimental Hellfire-class destroyers that had never been used in actual combat. They didn't aim for the negotiating table. They aimed for Keth Prime. Admiral Hartwell stood at the helm of the Resolute as the fleet dropped out of FTL at the edge of Keth space. The enemy's border stations lit up immediately, screaming warnings across their communication arrays. "Admiral," her calm officer said, "the Keth are hailing us. Put them on." Veyrak appeared again. This time, he did not look composed. "You are making a catastrophic mistake," he said. "Stand down. This is an act of war." Dana Hartwell leaned forward in her chair. "No," she said. "An act of war is what you committed when you touched our man. This?" She gestured at the fleet behind her. 73 ships glowing like stars in the dark. "This is a consequence." She cut the channel. "All ships, weapons free." The Battle of Keth Prime lasted 11 hours. Historians would later struggle to find a more precise word than overwhelming. The Keth Dominion had built their empire over 4 centuries, absorbing weaker species, hoarding resources, ruling through calculated intimidation. They had never fought a species that fought like it had nothing to lose. Human pilots flew their fighters into point-blank range. Human Marines boarded Keth warships through hull breaches with nothing but rifles and rage. The Hellfire destroyers burned 3 Keth battle platforms to silent clouds of debris. By hour 9, the Keth High Command was broadcasting unconditional surrender codes on every frequency. By hour 11, Marcus Cole was sitting in the medical bay of the Resolute, a cup of terrible military coffee in his hands, watching a medic clean the cut on his lip. "You doing okay, Sergeant?" Admiral Hartwell asked, standing in the doorway. Marcus looked up. He looked at the Admiral. He looked at the stars through the porthole, the distant glow of Keth Prime, still smoldering. "Yes, ma'am," he said. "Sorry for the trouble." Hartwell smiled, just barely. "Don't be," she said. "You stood straight the whole time. That's all we needed to see." 3 days later, the United Earth government broadcast a single message to every species in the known galaxy. No threats. No demands. No political language. Just 7 words, translated into 412 languages. Harm one of ours. We come for all of yours. In the grand halls of the Galactic Conclave, representatives from 40 species read that message and made a collective, unspoken decision. They removed Earth from the list of species that could be intimidated. And somewhere in a hospital bed in Amarillo, Texas, Marcus Cole's mother watched the news, pressed her hand over her mouth, and cried the way only a mother who almost lost her son can cry. She wasn't angry at Earth. She was proud of every single one of them.